back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody, it's Dad.
And I've always got so much more energy. It's Dad! Hey!
Yay!
All right, look at that. Just a random dad.
That was just for you, James. That was just for you.
Special for James Lott Jr. Hey, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hey, it's us. We're broadcasting live, dual locations. Northern California, Southern California, Pacific Coast time.
Yeah. Got an hour last night. I don't feel like I got an extra hour. Not really.
Me either. Let's see. So big week on GH, you know. Let's tease the audience here. Let's grab those people in the first 30 seconds, right? Come on. I mean, it's a lot longer than 30 seconds now, but come on. All right, hook. Let's bring you in. A big week on GH. So much happened. Will Port Charles ever be the same again? That's what I want to know. Anyway, it's not just us. Get on that elevator, everybody. Shandra's here. Carolyn's here. Jeannie is here. Come on, folks. You push that button. Number 10. Boop. Going all the way up to the 10th floor. Doors open. You walk out. You look to the left. You can't find Liz or Finn anywhere. They are on vacation.
They are on vacation.
They are off in Vermont, enjoying apples and maple syrup and each other.
Yes. Yeah. They've went to a rustic, cozy cottage, haven't they?
They did. AE just got back from Graceland. Hey, AE, tell us all about it later.
Yeah.
So they're just having a jolly good great time, aren't they? You know, this is the moment. If it's time, if you are on the fence and you're just like, I'm tired of the naysayers and negativity, and you're ready to jump on the Finn and Liz train, now is the time to do it. That ship is setting sail. They're inviting all comers. Come on. Look at what we're giving you. We see what you're saying on the internet. We see that you want love. You want happiness. You want togetherness. You want no drama. You want a pure romance. And we're giving that to you. Finn and Liz, pure romance.
Yeah. They went on a little tryst. They're having a great time, aren't they?
They have been playing some good romance for months now, really.
They have.
Ever since that conversation that they had at the steakhouse. Where they're just like, we're going to put this table in front of us. We're going to put it all out in front of us. We're going to lay it all out right here.
Yep. Yeah. Like that.
And ever since then, they've been smooth sailing, really, just getting closer and closer week by week. Inching ever so close to what finally happened many times.
Yeah.
We're really bad at napping.
Well, yeah, you know, the couch and the bed are only feet from each other.
Whoever owns that Airbnb, the cleaning bill. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh. Get those Lysol wipes out.
Ew. Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, positive reaction in chat, you know. AE says it was great.
What?
Finn, AE says it was great. Jeannie says that she likes Liz and Finn. You know, hey, good. That I really think that they turned the corner with this thing. If you hate it, still, it's because you're trying to be, you know, just an internet meme. You know, you're trying to get attention by being like, you know. But
I don't hate it. Am I like, oh yay, finally? No.
Is it my favorite pairing? Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. But I do like this chapter of the Finn Elizabeth book.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Way better.
Totally, 100% with you on that. I like this chapter of their story the best so far.
Me too.
Where it's gonna go, who knows? I don't know. You know, Soap Opera Digest. They put their brief snippet spoilers out. You know, where it's vague as heck. You know, Finn and Elizabeth have a conversation. You know.
Yeah. Well, we hope so.
You know, well, yeah, right. Well, I'm glad they're having scenes together. So I think it's Elizabeth helps Finn through a crisis. Well, yeah, his dad is very, very, very sick. I would think that Elizabeth is very much going to be helping Finn through this big time.
Yes.
big time.
Yes.
He loves her so much that there's no way that he's not going to just be like, I need to talk to you every second of the day about how I'm feeling. You know? Every second of every day.
I think she can really help. I think she can really help Finn with his situation with his dad. I don't like the idea that General Hospital decided to make Gregory sick. I didn't want him. I don't want him to be gone. I wanted him to write him something juicy and have like a little love triangle thing. I did. I wanted Alexis and Tracy to
fight over some 72-year-old man.
Well, he looked kind of fine, okay? Looking fine. Anyway, I kind of wanted, because Alexis and Tracy are such good. They would be great scene partners for a tongue lashing, because they're both so good at it.
Good at fighting. Good at fighting.
So I kind of wanted that and I know that the likelihood of us getting a misdiagnosis now is slim.
It's not going to happen. He already went to a super specialist about it. It's a done deal is what's going on.
Done deal.
For me, I don't know, GH seems to try to shy away from those scenes of pure argument. How can I put this in better perspective? Just the classic, just two characters that can't stand each other, never could stand each other, and went to each other's houses just to tell each other how much they don't like each other. GH doesn't do that. I mean, they do a little bit with like Carly and Nina. Carly and Nina are the only ones that hold that.
Well, Carly used to do that with others too.
Used to, but they really don't do that. You don't have. I mean, Brooklyn and Maxie, they've crossed the bridge and they're friends now because of Bailey. So you're not having that. Lulu's in a coma. So just these just snippy little I hate you. That's it. I hate you. We're moving on. Scenes really don't exist.
Not really.
Referencing, something that was snippy recently would be Carly and Cyrus in Kelly's. But that was to serve. That. It was very good. But that was to serve the Cyrus story and to inform that some more. And it wasn't just a scene because they hate each other.
I what I loved about it was pretty much how she just spun on her heels as soon as she recognized his voice. I mean, she had get out of her mouth faster than she could turn around.
It was like already out of her mouth by the time she made eye contact.
All she did was hear his voice. She started saying "get out" before she made a complete turn. It was great. That's Cyrus. Things going on.
He's bad news. I mean, he's bad news. And see, the sad part about Cyrus Renoma is I would fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I would have hired them. Now, here's the thing. I'm not Carly, if I was, maybe I would do Carly things if I was Carly, but then I'd be Carly making Carly choices. So I wouldn't be me, right? But if I was me, and this man walked in, he's like, hey, I just, I donated all my money away, and I'm a man of God, and blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, all right, man, come on in here. Let's cook some food. I'll give you your second chance. I would be dead, mother. Dead.
You would.
I would be murdered. My face would be in a deep fryer or something. I don't know. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I'm not long for this world, am I? It's a good thing I don't own a business. It's good.
It's a good thing, huh?
You're not going to be careful about who I invite to the podcast. Maybe we shouldn't have Jeff Kober on. What if he does something? What if he convinces me to do something nefarious? And I didn't even know.
You didn't even know.
Yep.
No, we need to have Jeff Kober on here. For sure.
It would be so wonderful. It really would. I sent him an Instagram message once. He read it. He didn't reply, though. But hey, why would you? Why would you?
Well,
I wouldn't reply to me.
But we did learn. We did learn this week, though, Matt. Once in a while, we got a cast member or two watching us.
Yeah, that was fun to see. That was fun to see. So I do believe it's tangentially connected to the fact that this man was on James Lott Jr.'s channel. They recorded. Yeah, they recorded an interview, and that was released today over on the JLJ Media page. So go check it out. It's James Lott Jr. interviewing Nathaniel Gray, who plays Mason.
Yeah.
Candy sucking sucker Mason.
Uh-huh.
Mother and Mason. But yeah, so he did that. So check out that interview. Maybe we'll see what we can do about bringing him here. Um, but he yeah. So he left some comments on the YouTube page. So go and check out last week's video. You can see it there. And then I think the
Yeah.
one before too, the Sona getting married one. He left a comment. So go check it that. Check that out. A little bit of insight as to where the candy comes from. Is what those comments say. I'm not going to read them because I want you to go click on those videos because it's going to help the channel. But you're going to
Yep.
have to go
Yep.
read
Yep.
it
Yep.
if you want to know what it is by clicking on the videos. I am sure Chandra may or may not. I'm not going to tell her this in sly form, even if it might sound like it. I'm sure Chandra's getting links together for you right now. But she does. Chandra does say that she needs us to have Jeff Kober. So let's put that positivity out there in the universe. Same thing with Taj Bell. Taj Bell, he graduated from film school. I'd love to talk to him about that a little bit.
Yeah.
That's neat. Donnell Turner, as well. But Taj, I want Taj on here because I want to know what's going on with him and what he's thinking about TJ right now.
I
TJ's
know.
kind of in this turn, or at least a possibility to make a little turn in his character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope he's making a little turn on his character.
I mean, he's been such a good guy for so long, right? And when
Yes.
you're in soaps, if you're the good guy, you have to be so heavily involved with the bad stuff that's happening in town. You can't just be the good guy who's just hanging out.
Right.
That's not interesting. But you have to be the good guy that's just like constantly standing up to the evil that exists in
Yes.
Soapland. You have to be
Yes.
Stuart.
That's true.
Such a just David Canary gave so much to daytime that Adam and Stuart Chandler are such great references to what characters could be on the shows.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
you have to be Stuart Chandler. You have to just constantly be standing up against the darkness and be impenetrable to it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
ugh.
Well, TJ recognizes Mason now.
Full on, and was even like even told Austin, I don't care if this guy dies.
Mm-mm.
Me as a doctor standing in the hospital right now in a doctor's coat while this patient is laying in the bed. I do not care if this man dies, but I do care if you go to jail. There's a cop right there, you stupid fool.
Yes. Yeah. So TJ was off camera, of course, but we learned on Monday that TJ did go and stop Austin.
Yes.
And then he went to Charlie's.
Yes, and then he went to Charlie's and they shared a drink.
Yeah.
Had a chat about the situation. I really enjoyed how Taj Mello played the scene. There was this layer of just like trauma that existed in the conversation. It was so I don't want to say so subdued because it wasn't like monotone or like super depressive or anything like that. But the level of seriousness that existed in the conversation and the tone of voice and the choices that were made. Big fan of. Like, round of applause. I don't know. I feel personally connected to the growth of Taj Bello, and not because oh, he's so handsome. I have him on my wall, blah blah blah. But from just being there at the convention 2 years ago, and just really getting the sense of how much he wants to play some good stuff.
He does.
He just every answer is just to every question he was posed for 2 years has been so just anticipatory over being able to play something deep. And so we missed the boat a little bit when it comes to this surrogacy thing, which is continuing on. That's another soap opera digest little vague spoiler thing. Something
it's
about
continuing on.
Yeah, something about the surrogate and Molly. I don't know exactly what it is, but something is on the horizon with that. So it's not a dead in the water story. It's just a way in the background.
Yeah. Not in the forefront any longer.
Not even in the mid front, So you have like so on my stove I've got 4 burners, okay? I've got like the one that's like, hey, this is the one that turns into the fires of hell. You put a pot on this and it's gonna boil and you're ready to go. Like good. The one behind that is the simmer one. and it gets about as hot as like a flashlight.
Okay.
So that's where we have the surrogacy story.
That's where we have
And
it.
then I have two burners off to the left that are just normal.
Yeah.
You know, and so this big boiling one is Anna with a gun, right? We got the surrogacy one back there on the back of the simmer. And on the left we've got just dirty look Michael, you know.
Dirty look Michael.
You know? Shandra wants to know if we have a new charity for November. We do. We actually have a charity through Christmas.
We do.
As we are going to be donating a portion of your proceeds that you donate to the channel here through the super chat function, which is a little heart with the $sign in it.
Yep.
That's going to be going to Toys for Tots.
Yay!
Through Christmas. Because what do we love? Christmas. And what do we want people to have? Stuff.
We love Christmas.
We want people to have stuff for Christmas.
We want kiddos to get toys for Christmas.
Yeah, we want kiddos to have it, you know? Kiddos love little action figures and stuff. Don't forget how much you love toys. And how much you love getting little things for Christmas. You know, open up a present. Oh my God, it's a thing. And not only is it a thing, but it's a thing I wanted. You know? Even if you open up something and you're like, oh my God, I got a thing. It's not what I wanted, but I still got a thing. Thank you for thinking of me and getting me a thing. So
now I got things. Yay!
Oh, so many things. Oh my gosh, things from everyone. So yeah, so that's what's going to be happening. We're going to be donating proceeds to Toys for Tots, and we're working on some ideas. You know, we'll see what we can do over the next couple of weeks to make this special in some way. You know how much we love Christmas here on the 10th floor, so we'll figure out a way to do something. Last year we did the Pine Valley Christmas. Huh? You know, last year we did the Pine Valley Christmas. It got interrupted through technical difficulties, but we did the Pine Valley Christmas. And we made up for that with Remembering All My Children, in which we got Vincent Irizarry on. So it was fate. It was like divine intervention, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots.
Now I understand. Oh, well, why would I donate to this channel? And then you're just going to give a portion of it to Toys for Tots. Why don't I just donate to Toys for Tots? Okay, do that.
Yep.
You're not going to tell me not to. Or you're not going to have me tell you not to. So, anyway, business aside. Finn Elizabeth in Vermont. We'll go back to that because we did that classic half-hour open of 10th floor where we bounce on across every topic.
Right.
So I there was one thing that I thought was just a little much, and that was like washing these apples has made us want to go do it. You know, I thought that was like, I get it. Like, I get it. We're free. We're together. We're not holding anything back anymore. Thank you very much, Shandra, for your donation. I very much appreciate it. You know, be like Shandra. Be as generous as she is. Don't let her do this alone, you guys. She does it every week. Anyway, I get it. They're free. They're finally embracing their love and their attraction for each other. And, you know, they've had traumatic relationships in the past, especially recently, and loss and sadness and just Peter in a freezer.
Peter in
a freezer. Just all kinds of do off. Hey, Rachel. So I get it. But I'm watching these apples that we just freshly picked from the orchard. You know, maybe I'm just a little too tired from washing all these apples. Oh my God! Come on. Oh, okay. That was a little much for me. But everything else, it was light. It was light, and it's good to see. I appreciate it. Kudos for me. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, GH. Thumbs up. You fixed Finn and Liz. Now, there's all kinds of people out there that wish more for Liz. There's all kinds of people out there that just do not think that Finn meets the standard. It was too much, too early from him. When it comes to just, you know, I think you're crazy. I'm going to persist. And I know you told me to stay out of the loony bin, but I'm here anyway. You know, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they call him Red Flag. What's wrong with those red flags he threw up early on in the relationship when she was taking the sleeping pills?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh goodness gracious.
Well, Finn and Elizabeth's whole storyline would have been better if they didn't have the whole parent thing that kind of intertwined with it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if that Finn and Elizabeth would have been a lot better without the whole backstory
They
of
tried.
the parents and all that.
They tried.
And
They
then,
tried.
yeah,
They tried to give you your 25th anniversary Liz story, and it just blew up in their faces.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's all right. That's all right. You know.
And you know, for the 10th floor to say that, you got to sting it up pretty good.
You know, yeah, because we really do take things as they are. You know, we really do. We don't spend much of any time saying, well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is just trash. We don't do that. You know,
No, not
the
really.
most hateful we are usually. If this is your first time watching, the most hateful we are is pretty much what I said about washing the apples. So.
Yep. Pretty much.
But yeah, Shandra agrees with you. It wasn't a good story, but you know that's definitely water that we've tread so much. Shandra says, "Join me in supporting the show and Toys for Tots. No amount is too small," she says in her Darth Vader voice. She's convincing you through the Force to be generous.
You know what? I thought it was kind of funny that since you mentioned Darth Vader, I thought it was kind of funny that Willow was Princess Leia and Michael was her dad, Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's a little weird. It's weird.
It's not any weirder than the fact that they are stepbrother and stepsister.
Well, now
they are.
Their relationship came first, so it's not
yes
as weird.
Plus, it's Nina not really, as weird.
Plus, that whole relationship between Willow and Nina was recently discovered as well.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
You know, but we are one step away from like I'm my own grandpa thing. You know, like it's just, you know, we're getting a little close, GH. So we gotta maybe pump the brakes on that just a little bit. Rachel has a question about Finn and Liz, and this is something we've talked about on the podcast before. So I'm happy to bring it up again. How come when Finn and Liz reviewed potential issues for the relationship, you know, we were talking about the steakhouse, they talked about Hayden, but they didn't mention that Finn's first wife and Elizabeth's dad. And here is the answer for that, Rachel. That was them erasing that from their history. Yep. The very fact that they brought up everything that could be a problem for them except for that means that is no longer something that we need to take into consideration as viewers or as...
Please forget about it.
Do not forget about Reiko. Forget about that. Forget about all of that.
Yes.
That is not feeding into anything that's happening right now. So, I don't know. It was fun.
And chances are it never will.
Chances are it never will, unless they come up with a great idea. I mean, you can really never say never.
That's true.
In the soap world.
Not in the soap world. No.
Yeah, so.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Ask one of those writers over there on Days of Our Lives. They'll tell you.
They did double possessions and zombies, all right? Del J says, I like Michael Easton as an actor, but the Finn character is not that great. Not sure if it was always that way, but in the 90s, when I watched ABC soaps, I really liked him as John McBain on One Life to Live. And yeah, I think that's something that that a lot of people might agree with you on, with that observation. John McBain, I think, was probably Michael Easton's most well-accepted character that he's played on daytime.
I think McBain was... People really liked
They really liked McBain.
They really liked McBain, and so did I. And the story, the love story he had with Natalie was quite good.
Yeah. But on top of that too, you know, that comes at a risk, you know, when you're a prolific daytime star that's been on for 20 years and played character after character after character. Now GH has had this man play 3 or 4 different ones on the same show.
This is number 4.
But you know, it's not like soap actors haven't played other characters, especially if they have long careers. So when it comes to that, now we're comparing these characters to each other. And there's so many things that feed into the character. Who are their scene partner? Who's writing for it? Who's writing for the show? What's happening on the show? Does it support this particular actor's strengths? All kinds of different things can feed into how a different character comes off as the actor playing him. So yeah, if you put John McBain up against any other character that Michael Easton plays, I think McBain's always going to win.
And probably in his eyes too.
Probably in his eyes too. I don't know. I could ask him if he ever comes on
I
the show.
it I have not seen an interview or anything of Michael Easton.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, does he sound anything like Finn in real life?
I mean, we saw him at the convention 2 years ago, and he seemed really like Finn to me. Just
Was he
listening like
there
this.
2 years ago?
Wasn't he there? I thought he was
I don't
there.
think so.
Maybe it was a clip on YouTube that I watched then. I don't know. I live on a screen and real life. Sometimes it blends together.
Yeah, I don't think he was,
I don't know. I feel like I've seen him at a thing talking, and it's still the same stuff. I think. I thought he was.
Oh, Will DeVry was.
I don't know. I'll look through the pictures. Who knows? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Stephanie says that she loves Finn in certain storylines. Chase and Finn are her favorite relationship on the show, but they haven't found a successful romantic match for him.
No.
And I think that's probably it. I think that's 100% it. I think you hit the nail right on the head there, Stephanie. It's really the romance pairings that are leaving things to be desired. I personally really liked Finn and Anna. I thought they were fun together.
You liked Finn and Anna
together?
Finn
and Anna, but I think we all know that it's Finn and Alexis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of them were great pairings so far.
Well, I guess what
actually, I think I probably like him better with Elizabeth than those other ones.
I don't know. Maybe we just got to figure out what it is that Finn is bringing to these relationships, other than I love you so passionately. Because that seems to be the consistent thing.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
So much.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Ma, did you see the news that Soap Opera Digest isn't going to be published in print form anymore?
I did hear that.
Yeah.
I did hear that.
AE reminds us in the chat.
Those publications have been dying for some time. I mean, there used to be all kinds of them in the newsstand.
So the thing is, though, all right, so I remember you subscribed to Soap Opera Digest, got it every week, all that kind of stuff. You would read it. Clearly, you aren't subscribed anymore. But what I mean, I would only be, and I would say most of the people who read it, I would say would only be interested in certain sections of soap, comings and goings, the quick bits, interviews, things, But when it comes to like the deep 2-page articles that's analyzing the plot, the story, and what's coming and all that kind of stuff, I wasn't reading that. I was a kid, but I wasn't reading that stuff. I don't know if you read all of that stuff, but then again, you only watched some of the shows.
I actually read a lot of those magazines, even about shows I didn't watch.
But it's just so easy to stand in the supermarket line and just look at the comings and goings, put it down and be done. So,
Yeah.
So I get it.
But there used to be all kinds. There was Soap Opera Digest, and then there was
ABC
there was one that looked
depth.
more like and there was one that looked more like an Inquirer kind of newspaper kind of one.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of those in the newsstand back then.
Big time. Not only were soaps big time, but then also the subsequent businesses that came from soaps were also big as well. It's just a bygone time, and as always, how I just get nostalgic sitting here on the 10th floor, thinking about way back when, before when things were printed, and you had to go to because of my cusp generation. In my youth, when I got bored, I would go. This is so lame. I should have had more friends. Anyway, I would go ahead. I would just go to Walmart. I would go to Borders or something like that, and I would go through the magazines and look at all that different stuff, and boat magazines and fishing magazines and all kinds of different stuff.
Back in the time that you're referring to, we actually had a Borders across the just out of our neighborhood.
We did,
and it was right there.
And I would look at the magazines and flip through the pages and read the books. And I know the bookstores exist. I know the magazines still exist, but it's not as prolific as it was before.
Oh heck no!
I just miss it. I don't know. Whatever. That's not what this podcast is about.
People get their get their news feed and stuff from a screen now, not from a publication.
And Chandra says, it's so sad I have some older issues of Soap Opera Digest packed away, and that's something that you can't do. What are you going to do? Print the webpage out?
Right.
Staple it together and stick it in a box?
Right.
So it's a bummer not being able to hold on to that stuff. is neat for a lot of people. I
It
can't say
is.
most people, but it's neat for a lot of people,
It's neat for a lot of people. Like, you're not going to get an opportunity to go buy something like this
Right. You
very
got
many more
that. I've got the
times.
All My Children one as well, we're just collecting these just things to hold on to, stuff that can't just be deleted,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, anyway. Back to the show.
Back to the show.
Halloween. A lot of days of Halloween, and
A
I'm
lot, yes.
sure they intended on having Wednesday be Tuesday, but then again, Friday synced up properly, so then I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
Unless the true cliffhanger is happening on Monday.
You never know.
I don't know, but so a bunch of just lots of it's like Kelly's Halloween events, trick or treating events, decorated houses, interiors, and then of course everybody in costume. We already talked a little bit about Michael and Willow being Darth Vader and Princess Leia, which is weird. And then little Wiley was Luke Skywalker, which is Leia's brother. So it's just what she was Willow was just in the wrong generation of that costume family. Now I get it. Dressing up like Princess Leia is more easily recognizable than dressing up as Padme.
Right.
From the new trilogy or the mid trilogy, because it's not even a new trilogy anymore.
I think a lot of the audience wouldn't have recognized who who she was.
But they could also have fixed that by not having Michael as Darth Vader, but as Han Solo.
Yeah.
Because then that works, because he and Princess Leia were loving on each other. And it's no longer a father and daughter costume. Now, on top of that as well, folks, you know what this is? A Halloween costume.
Right.
The end. Now, like, it's really like...
Wouldn't it have been cute if they had had Amelia there and she was dressed up like a little baby Yoda or something? That'd have been so cute. That'd have been so
super cute. I did look at them missing that opportunity, but they didn't have any of the babies.
No, they didn't have any
babies. They didn't have Bailey.
No. Well, yeah, the only real babies on the show right now are Bailey and Amelia, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Those are the babies.
Those are the babies. Well, but Bailey has been off of the show long enough now for them to age her up to 3.
And they probably will soon.
I'm gonna miss that. Maybe they're just waiting for that adorable baby to get bigger.
Not so much Amelia. Amelia needs to stay a baby for a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's time to make it's time to make Wheezy 3 years old.
Yeah, it's about time, right? It's been enough time, and we're probably being accurate too, because now that we've been podcasting, like I don't know how long ago things happened anymore. So this Peter thing could have been 2.5 years ago by now.
You guys.
Oh yeah,
we saw a bunch of youngins this week.
Ace is like 1.5.
The babies, of course, I could see why they weren't there.
Right.
But let's go through all them kids, okay?
All right, yeah, let's write them down. All right. We talked about the youngest to the oldest, or the oldest to youngest?
But let's go on the 2 groups. We'll go trick-or-treaters,
okay.
Kellys.
All right, so we're going with the teenagers here, okay? So we got Mad Scientist Jake. Mad Scientist Jake.
Jake.
Okay.
Georgie,
yes.
Charlotte,
yeah. And Danny. So that's
Danny boy.
That is our teen foursome right now.
Yes. And then those kiddos over there at Mama Carly's.
Yes.
Kelly's. We had Scout.
Avery, Scout.
Donna. Aiden. James.
Yes, James and Wiley.
I thought James and Wiley were so cute together. The cowboy and they were
I will
cute.
say that this is the most now it's ridiculous. Now we're a podcast. We talk about the show. We review it. So take this as just a review and don't call me an evil person for it. Okay. I actually found those kids adorable and I hadn't before. So
they were adorable. Now this is my question. Okay. So remember I said Scout and Danny. We're out and about. Boy, they chaining Rocco to the bed now? What happened to that
Where's
kid?
Rocco? Where's Rocco?
He's the only kid missing.
They didn't have Rocco at all, did they?
They didn't have Rocco at all?
They didn't know what group to put him in.
Well, they had big ass Aiden with the kiddos. They could have had him there, you know.
Giant Aiden. And okay, so that's the thing. That's something that came up on Twitter a lot. Just a lot.
Oh, I
Um,
thought it was just so strange,
so you
especially
you saw a
since.
lot of the tweets?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, okay.
I
Because
didn't see any of the tweets.
okay, there was a reaction to the fact that Aiden was at Kelly's and not trick or treating.
Well, he doesn't. It doesn't make sense that he's with the
It
little
really doesn't.
ones.
He's not okay. Well, so here's where the struggle comes into play, and chat's just going on and on. He was babysitting Wheezy. There we go. Says Jeannie.
Oh,
Thanks. Um, so
some
that's the
kind of
interesting thing.
punishment
So
because
Aiden,
Danny and Scout are out, and he wasn't.
so Aiden and Jake are supposed to be 3 years apart, according to the show. You know, from
Okay.
original birthdays, and for the longest time, these two actors have always been the same age. Or whenever they recast Aiden, whatever it was, these actors, Jake and Aiden, are the same age. They're 15, 16 years old both.
Okay.
Okay. And so because of that, Aiden does not come off as 3 years younger than Jake
No.
anymore. So if Jake's 16 and Aiden's supposed to be 13, okay, this is his last Halloween at Kelly's. But
Mm-hmm.
he's not 13. This kid's 15
Uh-huh.
and clearly 15.
Yeah.
So at this point, and I'm gonna hammer this until until somebody pulls the plug on the podcast and says you can't do it anymore. They need to make these kids Irish twins. They need to make these kids 9 or 10 months apart from each other.
Well, yeah, and they're right now they're not depicting Charlotte and Aiden as the same age really either, and they were in the same first grade class.
Exactly. So yeah, so let's just elevate him up with the rest of the kids, with the
Yes.
rest of the teens, because he just belongs there now. Just on the
Does.
casting choice that they've made, and they can't go back now. They can't pick somebody who looks way younger. You know.
Yeah.
So
And what kind
just
of
do it.
meanie gives punishment for restriction on Halloween? Poor Rocco.
Leo DJ. Del J. Leo is the kid's name, but he was dressed up at the Q's house. You know, I'm sure he went trick or treating on his own with Cody and stuff, or
Yeah,
whatever. Well, Cody
it
went
makes
over with
sense.
Sasha.
And it makes sense. To me, it made sense for him to be at home. It made sense for his. I think that a lot of children that have autism, and they are depicting him as having a degree of autism, that they have sensory issues.
Yeah, might be too much for him.
Yeah, so it makes sense that he wasn't at Kelly's to me.
Yeah, they could go to like some really calm school event or something. You know, trick or treat around the giant mansion.
Well, he was saying to be having a very good time with Lois doing his mathathon.
Oh goodness gracious, what's going on here? Let's see what some of the chat has had to say about this, because we've been talking and I have been reading it. Let's see here. James is hilarious, says AE. I think James is pretty funny.
Yep.
Yes, he is. Rocco was babysitting Wheezy is the suggestion there. Lots of love for James and Wiley, so that went well. That went well.
Yeah, I thought they were very cute.
Let's see. AE Shandra, I worked for them for 14 years as editor and photographer. For who? Who are we talking about? Who did you work
You know
for?
what would have been fun? I loved all the Kelly stuff. I loved the cornhole stuff and all that stuff. I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good. I thought it would have been really cute if they would have had James like tie Sunny up or something.
Violet.
Like, and Violet wasn't around
Violet
either.
wasn't there. Busy.
See, I didn't think about Violet. You're right. Violet wasn't there either.
Oh, Soap Opera Digest. Oh, AE worked for Soap Opera Digest. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Not recently. So AE. I don't think they've been affected by the change. But neat. Well, that's cool. You're probably full of fun stories. Good times. Anyway. So yeah, awesome Halloween costumes. So let's rate them. Let's judge them. Who was the best dressed? Who was the worst dressed? Ma, who did you think had the best little costume? All right, of the kids. Who did you like of the kids? All right, we had Luke Skywalker. We had
I liked Einstein.
Einstein.
Mhm.
Einstein for Leo. Yeah, that was a good one. Oh man, the math games with Lois. That was so adorable.
It was very cute.
I had to go on Twitter and be like, "Is this new for Lois?" And they're like, "Nah."
I didn't remember that
Yeah,
about her.
apparently this was a skill that she used to impress Edward. Just
Oh,
complex math in her head very quickly. It's something that she did before. So that's really neat to say. And for people, and that to me is, I think, a little spotlight on those who say, oh, they don't honor the history. They don't care about the history. They don't look into the history. They know those little details.
yeah.
They care about it when it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80 to 1994. That is some golden years, AE. Oh
That
my
is.
God. Hey, if you're ever
That's
interested
Luke
in,
and Laura time.
if you think you have some cool stories, maybe there's some opportunity to share some that's a significant portion of time.
Sure is. That's a long
Reach
time.
into our inbox, AE. Maybe there's a chance to have a good, fun conversation. Uh,
Yes, please.
Twitter at 10floorgh. Or you can message us here on Twitter or on YouTube as
Okay,
well. Or
so
email
Matt,
10floorgh at gmail.com.
but Matt,
Mm-hmm.
number one costume of the entire show.
Okay.
My gosh, Spencer as a wolf man, as the wolf was awesome.
They did spend a lot of time on that.
That costume was awesome.
So I don't see. I harbor some blame for this because on soapoperanews.net we gave best dressed. We gave two winners. We gave one to Chanel on Days of Our Lives, and then we gave one to Danny for his steampunk Willy Wonka, which I thought was fantastic. But what I failed at doing was my due diligence with being a viewer and actually watching the Halloween episode before getting into the conversation about who was the best dressed, because I was only limited to what was being shown to me. If I had watched the episode, I would have said, if we're picking two winners this week, then it's going to be Spencer and Trina for Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, because those costumes were
so
good. Both of them were very good. Now, of course, they spent time with the makeup job and the hair and all that kind of stuff with Spencer, which makes total sense. That guy's going to spend money to make sure that this thing turns out good when he's out there with his lady.
It was so good. That costume was so good. And I mean, I didn't even realize it was him immediately. I didn't even realize that was Spencer immediately. I mean, it was only a few seconds and I realized it, but not immediately.
Yeah. It's very good. It was like Teen Wolf. That was a high level of makeup production value.
It was good.
So kudos to the makeup team. All of this stuff, like stuff that they glued onto his face and the makeup, not expensive. But the way that it looks, because of the skill of the people that applied it, so good. So good.
Notch.
And then when it comes to Trina as well, like it was a red cape, but what held it all together was that leather, like harness wraparound midsection.
Yeah, she had like a corset on. She had like a leather corset.
I don't know the names of things. Corset.
I
know. that leather corset that she had, it just the hooks and the straps and just all the it looked beautiful. So good. And I don't know where that came from. I don't know if that's hers, and if it is, good job for bringing it onto set.
And maybe they just rented it. Who knows? Maybe it's back there and all the, that's the big warehouse that we walked through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they have.
And we don't even get.
We didn't see costumes. We haven't seen costumes or props or anything like that. That would Fido Xavier, if you're watching. Now I know that it's it might not be okay, to bring us on set. But maybe it would be okay to just be like, oh, we're passing through, and make sure that the costume room doors open as we walk by so we can just look,
Yeah.
Just peer in real quick. Props, as well. Props, Matt, if you're watching. And if you're not, Fido, tell Props Matt to watch. Yep. Let us into the closet. I want to see some of the props. I want to see the props in the closet. I want to see how well organized it is or how chaotic it is. It's got to be organized, right? Anyway, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Have to be to a certain degree.
You know how you do the Universal Studios tour when you go to Universal Studios, right? And you're like, oh, look at this is the back lot, and this is Wisteria Lane, and there's the Psycho House and that kind of stuff that you do in Hollywood. I don't know what the Florida one's like, but in Hollywood you get to see all that. I mean, Wisteria Lane I think is gone now, unless they repurposed it for other neighborhoods. From Desperate Housewives.
Wisteria Lane is still there, but you know what, you guys in California, if you go to Universal in California, if you go on the VIP tour, I didn't know this until the last time I went, which I went on the VIP tour, where you actually get off the tram at the Psycho House.
Mm-hmm.
You get off the tram at the Psycho House and you walk behind the Psycho House, and it goes down like a little bit of a ravine, a tiny bit, little. Back there is Jurassic Park. Behind that,
Really?
the torn up Jurassic Park after the dinosaurs have been in there and torn up everything.
Oh, how neat!
And it's awesome. It's big. I mean, it's full size.
Wow. Well, that's really
and
cool.
That's behind the Psycho House. A little, like I said, a little bit of a steep.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is. And no one knows that unless you go on the VIP tour, because that's not part of the regular.
And that's the whole point of what I was trying to say. You've got that regular tram tour where you get to see the Psycho House, but then you get to pay extra. You get the VIP tour, you go on the Sony tour, the WB tour, or something like that. You get deeper, or you get to see more. You get to see behind the curtain a little bit further. And I would like to do that. I just want to look at the costumes and the props. That's what I want to see. That's what I want. I just want to do it. Make it happen. Make it happen. I can't even speak. I'm going into tongues over how excited I am over the prospect and opportunity to look at their fake food and where they keep the plates. Lori says that James's interview with Mason was awesome, so be sure to check that out when we're done here. Awesome. You know, he's also got stuff happening on his channel too as well. I didn't see him mini spotlight for this week, so I don't know if he's getting into GH past his interview that he had with Nathaniel Gray.
No, I don't think he is. I actually was watching yesterday. I was watching James and Frank, and I believe they mentioned something about not being on this week.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, there you go. He says that they're still friends with the GH star, but most of her friends are no longer with us. But that's okay. You know, I mean, fond memories, great times to just remember, just informative experiences to just reflect on, of just living it up during a heyday of soap time. You know, must have just, must have been super fun. Anyway, let's try to focus here. I'm trying to get focused. What am I trying to focus on? Queen of the South is here. Hi. Hey. Okay, everybody's talking about Adam. There we go.
Joshua Bernard.
Joshua Bernard.
Yes.
Yes.
He, boy, he's going to have some issues, isn't he?
He has some issues.
He has some issues, yes. We're going to learn more about them. He must have some domineering parents. A piece of work dad, for sure. A 92.5 ain't good enough?
No, it is not.
Wow.
Yeah. No. Sorry. You got to do better, kid. 92.5.
He's looking kind of stalkerish.
Well, here's the thing. He ain't got no friends.
No, he doesn't have any friends because he is so trying to get above a 90.2.5 for every stinking thing he has to do.
Yeah.
And then I saw that too, that he's doing a little self-harm. I saw.
See,
he's pulling out his hair.
So I because of all of that, he's not a stalker.
No.
He is not like a danger to Joss.
No, I don't mean like that kind of stalker. But, and I did feel sorry for him in a way. He should have known better. But, you're home, saying to Joselyn, who's, walking up with her boyfriend.
He doesn't know better.
Yeah, it sounds like he doesn't know better.
He's reached a point in his life. Okay, so we've seen a little mini arc when it comes to Adam. Okay, so he's like, I thought your boobs on the internet. He did that at first. And then after that, he said, "I'm sorry for saying that." Right, and then now he's just like,
yeah.
He's been through.
I hope what I'm hoping is, if they keep him around, if Adam's going to be on the canvas, I hope that Jocelyn's able to help him.
I believe that is the purpose. Chandra says the 92.5 in some colleges is considered a B plus. Some teachers don't round up to 93% to an A to mess with the students. It's mean. What do you mean it's a B plus? A 90% is 92 is an A minus. Is there
That's
no
what
A
I always
minuses
thought.
in college? Is it just like B plus or A? A minus doesn't count. That's just like a participation trophy.
Wow.
I didn't do college. I don't know. I relied on my charm and talents my whole life.
I didn't do college either, you guys. I did beauty school, became a hairdresser,
Yeah, she
and
got Granny's
hated
hair
it.
for a lot, like every haircut.
Yeah. Yeah. And now I cut Grandma hair.
Well, there
Every
you go. Who needs to
I
go
do.
to what?
But I hated it. I hated it.
She just wanted to hang out with you. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not getting stalker. I'm not getting danger. I'm not getting, oh no, this is no good for. I'm not getting, oh no, Joselyn is going to cheat on Dex with this guy. You know, if anything,
No.
he's gonna kiss her, and she's gonna be like, what are you doing? You know.
Yeah.
I do like the immediate like gut wrench that people have. No, that I don't think that's it. And also at the same time, we have to keep in mind who's playing this character, and
Mhm.
we love and respect Maurice Bernard, but I do not assume that Maurice Bernard is going to be like, hey Joshua, you should come on the show and you could play like this really creepy serial killer. You know, like I don't. You know,
Yeah.
I don't foresee that for the Adam character, just based on who he is.
Now, this would be perfect. Okay. Jocelyn's going to help him. He's going to get out from underneath of the thumb of his father that's, has impossible kind of requirements of him. And Joshua Bernard is quite a good piano player, quite good. Why not have him break away from the restraints he's under? BLQ got him underneath their wing, and he gets to do some music on the show.
Even better. Now I don't know if this is getting too tropey. I don't know. Other people will have to help me. You know, have to point me in the right direction if it is. Marshall ain't up to much other than Selena Wu thing. And if Adam plays the piano and he plays the clarinet, then that's just a jazz blues union of wisdom that I'd like to, that I think that'd be fun. And plus, I want more for Marshall. You know, people are like, Mo just got the job. Yeah. So just Mo just got him. Since Mo just got him the job, I'm sure he's not gonna be like, I'm gonna get you the job of this temporary problem. Anyway, that's just not the feeling I get. You know, I could be wrong. I could be way wrong. I don't know these people in real life. I'm just talking to a microphone and my mom and you guys. Mostly the microphone, though. Hey, that's going on. Anyway, so I'm fine. I'm not creeped out by him. Yeah.
And I don't know why. I mean, we're jumping off now.
Whatever,
I don't know why I didn't make this stupid connection on my own. What did Luke used to call Sky?
Blaze.
Oh, Blaze.
Yeah, I saw that come up this week as well when it comes to speculations out there.
I don't know why I didn't make that connection myself, because I do remember Luke calling Sky Blaze, and it was very endearing. I remember it. I don't know why I didn't make that connection. There's no way that girl's not Lila Ray.
If she is, it is because somebody, like, they rehired Ted King, right? He had him, like, we know this, right? We know this. Do we not know this? He had a meeting.
Well, we don't know
a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he's not the boss. But anyway, if they had a meeting and if they considered it, even if he's not coming back, but if they said, hey, head writers, I need you to pull out the Alcazar file. They do that and they go, oh, look at this. They've got a little reference here that Luke Spencer used to call Sky Blaze. We introduced a singing character named Blaze. Maybe there's a connection here. I can see if they came up with it after introducing Blaze the first time. But I keep on getting hung up on why would not a single Quartermain know who she is? Not even
That's true.
Tracy. I mean, Tracy's like, oh, I heard of her, but not like, oh, yeah, that's your weird sort of half adopted cousin, Lila Ray. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes. They should recognize her.
At least
Absolutely,
Tracy,
they should.
right?
You would think so.
I could forgive if Brooklyn doesn't know, because Brooklyn's been in Brooklyn, like she's been
But
away
I don't know.
for a
I
long
don't know.
time.
It very much depends on the person. I'm like, for instance, you, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
You do not look like your young childhood self. I could show almost anybody a picture of you at 4 years old, and they would not guess that's Matt.
There's enough resemblance between me then and me now. I just have a beard. It covers a lot of my face,
No, I'm saying it's someone that does not know you.
But I'm not talking about people who don't know me or don't know, potentially don't know. Like they're not on Facebook together.
Well, I know.
Sky and BLQ aren't on the friend stream or whatever it's called on GH. It's just maybe because it's modern times.
It's
like
a soap opera though.
It is a soap, all that kind of stuff.
Sometimes.
And when it comes down to it, like the reality of reality has changed so much that a lot of how soap operas happen have to just be this tremendous suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that people just communicate and talk to each other and go through experiences and navigate the world is so different and so visually unappealing for television that you have to kind of forget the fact that Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of these ways to stay remotely connected exist.
Yes.
Because if it was just them, like what would the scenes be? Somebody sitting at the bench at General Hospital texting, and then like the little bubble would come up, just bloop, bloop,
right,
bloop. You would see somebody scrolling through your timeline. Well, yeah, but it's only like because that's how the dialogue is happening.
Yes.
Yes. But for the most part, if somebody needs to talk to somebody else, they're not going to be like,
right,
hey, I really need to talk to you. You're going to get a knock on the door.
Right.
Which is very appropriate for when soap started, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s. It really is a more recent major shift in how we interact with one another. You just really have to spend a lot of this disbelief. And just take it. And just take it for what it is and just forgive it.
Yeah, you do.
So I guess Lila Ray is Blaze.
I would be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah. AE agrees.
So shocked if it wasn't.
I'll take that. AE agrees with a lot of what we say, by the way. She said agreed cat earlier. I don't know what it's about, but she agreed with you, and I love it. They agreed. I don't know if AE is male or female. Or non-binary. Sage is the reason Diego tried to kill Brooklyn. Who's Sage? He read Sage's diary and was mad at the treatment he was shown. Blaze could be equally as upset with Brooklyn because BLQ contributed to Sage's death. Who's Sage?
I don't remember Sage.
I don't remember a Sage. I don't know a Sage.
I don't remember.
No. Matt, they started on the radio. They did start on the radio. So long ago.
Yes, they did.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Dan. Welcome. Even under the best circumstances, barely adult men have no idea how to act around women. I don't know what that's in reference to either. I don't remember what we talk about 5 seconds after I talk about it. It's really sad.
We were talking before we went on this talking about Blaze, we were talking about Adam.
Oh, yes. Well, there you go. Yeah. See, so that's something, we'll hop back on that, even if he's the worst stalker of all time and a danger to all of humanity, we'll see what the story says. But I remember a number of years ago, somebody posted on Facebook, I was sitting alone at the park trying to read my book, and this young man asked if he could sit next to me, and I was really annoyed and irritated by it because I looked around and every bench was empty. I don't know why he wanted to sit next to me. And so I agreed, but then I got uncomfortable and I moved to another place because I just wanted to read my book. Why are people so invasive? And I'm like, you missed the point of this young person trying and failing and learning how to do this. So, you're like super, gosh darn it, how come men don't know how to read the situation? Because he hasn't learned how to do it yet. You gotta screw it up a lot before you figure out how to do it right, and you're just crossing your fingers at that point too.
And not everybody got the same suave,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then why is she named Allison Rogers? Who's Allison Rogers? Is that Blaze's real name?
I
Allison
don't know.
Rogers? Well, if they're maybe she doesn't like the name Lila Ray Alcazar. Maybe it's too connected to things. Maybe it's too Quartermain Alcazar. Maybe she wanted to strike out on her own. I don't know. It's a soap. They can come up with a number. How many names does John Black have on Days of Our Lives? Like 4 of them.
Well, I like the name. I like the Blaze name though.
Blaze is a good stage name. It is
It's a
true.
great
It is true.
stage name.
But I mean, I imagine she's gonna be somebody.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be hooking up with Christina before we know it.
Yeah. And I would think that Christina at some point would ask her, Blaze isn't on your birth certificate, is it?
It's not on your birth certificate. No, Allison isn't either. My name is Lila Ray, and I came to kill you, Brooklyn. Shandra says, yeah, maybe she hid her identity. Sage was Luis Alcazar's daughter and Diego's cousin, so she's just part of the Alcazar clan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know anything about them. I don't know nothing. You can't tell me nothing about the Alcazars.
I don't recall.
I know that they're different than the Zakaras.
Yeah. Man, I miss the Sakara family. They were awesome on G.
I mean, we'll see. I really think that that's all completely dependent on whether or not Ted King is somehow on his way. I don't. It's been so long since he had his interview or his supposed I was on set meeting.
Yeah.
That, I mean, remember when they said, Trevor St. John, it just didn't happen.
Maybe he has had several meetings since then and we just don't know about it.
I really don't. I can't confirm one way or the other. But I would say that if Blaze is Lila Ray, then that's completely dependent on whether or not Ted King is coming back as Lorenzo Alcazar.
Or they could, it's not likely, but they could recast him.
I mean, he could play a completely different character. It's not like they haven't done that. I
mean, I expect somebody to be somebody new anytime. I don't think they're going to do that. I kind of expect that to happen with Austin soon.
Sage would be Blaze's big sister if Blaze is Lila Ray.
What?
Sage would be Blaze's big sister if Blaze is Lila Ray.
Oh, okay.
It kind of has a rhythm to it. Sage would be Blaze's big sister if Blaze was Lila Ray. Oh goodness, who the heck is Piteman? We don't know. We don't know. We took the foot off the gas of that one big time.
Yeah, there for a while. I thought it was Cyrus, but I don't think it's Cyrus.
It would make no sense for it to be Cyrus at this point because he needed to steal the information about the Pikeman pickup to try to get Sunny. So, yep, no clue. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense that Cyrus wouldn't know who it was, though.
Ted King is now playing the role of Molly Lansing Davis.
Melissa, I know that's you.
Ted King is now playing the role of Molly.
Well, we did have enough. That was another Molly this week, wasn't it?
Not another new Molly. That was the same new Molly from a couple of weeks ago.
It was?
I believe so.
I couldn't help.
I think so. I think it's the same new Molly from a couple of weeks ago. She just hasn't done much. I saw her. There was a picture that came out. I don't remember what the picture was. Oh, no, I don't remember what the picture was for. I don't remember. But it was TJ and Molly and Esme. It was a backstage thing, so it's the actors who play them, not these characters. It was them, and there was like some crew, and it was some sort of something that had happened that they needed to commemorate with a picture, and I just can't recall what it is.
Yeah.
But they did, and it was the Molly that I recognize as the Molly from the most recent new Molly.
Okay.
Wait, yes, Molly 4? What? Really? Smokes.
I thought it was a different Molly.
They
I
really,
did.
if that's the case, then they really do need to figure things out because this is getting ridiculous.
I thought it was a different Molly.
I will have to go
Now
back and take another look.
This Molly has got a completely different tone to her voice, though.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't have a high voice. I didn't think either.
Right, right. That was the one, I guess, 2 Mollies ago now.
Well, all of them were kind of whiny to me. This one does not sound whiny at all, and looks more believable with Christina, I think, when they're side by side.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully this one will stick. I think at this point, though, anytime we introduce a new actor, I guess for the next 6 months, I'm gonna have to take a clip of that, and I'm gonna record me going, "The role of Molly Lansing Davis is now played by," and then I'm going to say the name. And so, like when Ray Al Andrews comes back, the role of Molly Lansing Davis is now played by Ray Al Andrews. I'm gonna have to do it because it's too funny to not.
Yeah.
So I just, the role of Molly Lansing Davis is now played by Joshua Bernard.
And now they decided that Christina and Molly have off-screen made up.
Good. Because that was not working.
It wasn't working. No, it wasn't
not working. They are letting this thing breathe and fall apart on its own.
Yes.
Chunks of it are falling off as we speak.
Now, if they really, really, really want to get, I don't think they're going to get rid of the surrogate storyline. They kind of stuck with it a little bit, but they have to make some kind of conclusion. Okay. They can't just say, well, the surrogate miscarried the baby. Done.
Oh, we're going to give it a break. This has been too tragic. We're going to stop. Yeah, I don't know. Oops. We found out she got pregnant from her husband 4 seconds before we went through the process. It's not ours. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And there's also, since they did show us the Davis girls getting along, it could rekindle the idea of Christina being a surrogate if something goes wrong with the other one.
God, let's just not, please. There's no need. Listen. Even if you filmed it already, delete it. There's no need. There's no need. Melissa says that Molly and TJ are both having completely different independent storylines and are in completely different places in life. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The regular writers can come back and we're like, no. Hey, we don't know. Has there been writers' names on the credits yet? I still never look. That's the key. That's the key, Rachel. We got to wait and see if writers are being credited on the show. If they are, then they're back. If not, then this is still the temporary writers. Now we have to keep in mind, while the show is 5 months ahead when it comes to the filming schedule, it's not 5 months ahead when it comes to the writing schedule. It's months ahead in the writing schedule. So we still might have plenty of content that was not written by the regular actors to go, or regular writers to go. And who knows if they even went back to change what had been written and unfilmed. I don't know. I don't work there. Stop asking.
Speaking of, since you brought up the writer's strike, Matt, how is the actor's strike going?
Ongoing. Still happening.
So I had heard, and then I didn't hear anything past that. I had heard that they were doing well and they were talking and that they had concluded, not this Friday, the Friday before, and that they had already agreed to get back at it Monday morning and they were making some headway. And then I didn't hear anything else.
Did not come to an agreement from that particular thing, but they keep on passing and talking in agreements and this, that, the other thing. They're constantly being like, what about this? No. What about this? No. What about this? No. So I don't really know where they're at with it. I don't know when it's going to come to a conclusion, but the closer we get to Thanksgiving is the closer we're going to be waiting until 2024.
Yes.
Because I just don't foresee a lot of progress happening between Thanksgiving and the New Year.
I don't either.
I
don't either. And the impact that it's made on television and movies is very evident now.
Very evident right now, isn't it? Suffering. But
There
hopefully
should
they are
be
able to
all
solve it.
kinds of new things out.
Hopefully
There's that.
tomorrow, Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, it's released. We did it. We signed an agreement. We're back to work as of tomorrow.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Would be great. Would be great. Let's see. They're saying that Christina and Molly are like a completely new set of sisters now with the new actors and actresses because it's not the Christina and Molly that we know.
I agree.
Knew.
I agree.
Not at all.
Very different. Very different. And I want them to, I really want them to hurry up with Christina's foundation and her home and all that stuff. I want that to jump off.
I would like that to be the story, right? The foundation and the drama that can come from that rather than all this baby stuff.
Yes.
Oh.
There could be all kinds of cool things come from that.
Kate Mansi has an Emmy for a reason. She's an amazing actress. Well, we'll see if Abigail Devereaux from Days of Our Lives can be just as convincing as Christina Corinthos? Davis. Corinthos Davis. Davis Corinthos. Davis Corinthos. Davis Corinthos house.
I think.
The Corinthos Davis house. Corinthos Davis. That's what it is. Davis is last, I think.
I think so too.
So yeah, Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf. I'm going to check that off so we don't have to talk about it again. Cyrus and Kelly's was very good. We bounced on that for a second, but just the Spencer drama is tense. And the only Spencer that's not a Spencer right now, I think, is Aiden.
Right.
So maybe that's the story. Instead of hanging out with the teenagers, he needs to get sucked into the Spencer stories.
I don't understand that. I really don't understand why. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I don't understand why Aiden's last name is not Spencer.
What is it? Is it Weber?
I believe so.
Because Liz was like, Lucky, you don't even call. Right? Now, we don't know that, okay? Now, I think what we need to take into consideration is that Lucky may visit and call all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no reason to talk about it because it doesn't feed into the storylines that we're seeing. On top of that as well, we barely see Aiden. So if he's spending time with Lucky, we're not going to see that.
Right.
He could be he could be flying over to Africa or wherever he is on a regular basis.
The actor that's playing Aiden, who he believably could play? I mean, this isn't going to happen. He could play Peter's kid.
Yeah.
It looks like him. And he's on the tall side too.
They definitely gave him the Lucky 90s hairstyle. Yeah. Just a bit like the soft throwback, parted down the middle thing. That's very much Jonathan Jackson 1997.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, again, he's with the wrong kids, baking cookies, not trick-or-treating, whatever, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Mason left comments on YouTube. Remember, go and check those out. Last week's and the week before, he left some comments there. Go read him, respond. Maybe he'll say something to you. Oh my God. Michael hates Nina and will not stop giving her the stink face. He sure does. Like, he stepped out of Kelly's, saw her talking to Wiley and James, and was just like,
yeah.
Come on, Michael.
His face looks like he's got like a dog turd right there.
What's that smell? Your upper lip, sir. Your upper lip. Like. Spencer was the big bad wolf, David. He was the big bad wolf to Trina's at Little Red Riding Hood. Yes. And they went to a college party. Oh my God.
And the police were called, so they really didn't have one.
Because the police were called, and if the police are called, then it's not a real college party. Aiden has a vision. He's an entrepreneur. He'll be the most successful of them all.
Perhaps he will.
Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh, yeah, Stinkface Michael. We get it, Michael. We know how you feel. We do.
And how could he not know that Willow may want to go somewhere with Nina? She's given Nina a real chance. She's really given.
I got to make all the decisions for my family without giving them any of the details. Ever. I'm Michael Corinthos.
I mean, he was like surprised on Friday. Did you want to go?
Oh, you wanted to do that? Well, yes, of course she wanted to do that because she doesn't know that Nina called the SEC. If she knew
Yes,
that,
and she,
maybe, Michael, she would have a different opinion. But to be like,
yeah,
oh, I can't tell her because, it'd be mutually assured destruction or whatever it was that Nina threatened him with.
and of course, how would he not know that she'd want to go? She's not been riding the "I hate Nina" train at home all day long. She
Nope.
hasn't, that
No.
dialogue between them is non-existent now.
Yeah.
So of course, yes, she's
Yeah.
decided to give her biological mother Nina a chance to be her mother.
Because Carly.
And it's gonna, when it does come out finally, I think Willow's going to be very mad at her mother, and I think she's going to be mad at Michael too.
She's gonna be mad at Michael. Okay, so not okay. So she did this, but Michael, you didn't. What is it with you and your mother? What is it about learning these things about Nina and not telling me about them, deciding that I don't need to know on my behalf?
Yes,
What is it? I am not an independent woman.
it's very it's contradictory for everything that Michael had said previously about Nina's relationship with Willow. He had always left it up to Willow. I will do what you want, Willow.
Not this time.
But and
She's
her
gone too
decisions
far.
in the past were based on what truth. She knew what was going on. Now she's not making her own decisions because he's not allowing her to. And how can she? She doesn't have the full picture anymore.
E says that Michael might not have to worry. She's going to go film a movie, so who knows? Maybe Caitlin McMullen will have to miss a couple of weeks. But
Oh,
chances are she'll just be like, I need to leave for a minute, and then she'll be back. Or they
yeah,
can do with
chances.
what they did with Cameron Matheson and put some stuff in the bank.
Yep. Especially if she's going to go do one of those Hallmark movies that don't take no time.
But what movie is it, A? Let us know. I'd be curious to know what projects Caitlin McMullen has coming up, especially if they're like a mainstream big prominent thing. Is she gonna be? Gosh. Is she
But I
replacing
wonder
Maddie Ziegler? She's replacing Maddie Ziegler as Snow White. Come on. Yeah, she is. Yeah.
And as soon as the writer's strike is over, I mean, as soon as the acting strike is over, you would think that young Mr. Chavez is going to be running off.
Yeah, once they get the schedule going for that, he's going to take off. And since so much time has passed as well, I don't know if it delayed their production schedule or not. But if it did, I don't know where he's at with his contract with GH.
Yeah, me either.
If he steps away and lets that contract expire and just decides to not re-sign, then it's entirely possible that that will be it for the Chavez chapter of Spencer. But if that is the case as well, then the show is going to know this ahead of time. And we'll see what happens there. Maybe the character Spencer wouldn't be gone for that long.
Maybe not.
But future has to future is what the future is. We don't know what it is. We don't know what's out there.
No.
We don't. But there's a couple of more topics that we really need to hit before we run out of time.
All right, what else we got?
All right, so Eddie's singing songs and remembering Smooch and Lois on the top of the Brooklyn
I know
Bridge.
he remembered the Brooklyn Bridge, and I love those flashbacks.
Oh, Nina's filming a movie. Ooh. Cynthia. Well, give me the details there for that then. Something for HBO? Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Oh, I
Good
love
job,
it.
Cynthia Watros. Oh. Anyway. I mean, if she's the lead, she'll be gone for a long time. If she's playing the best friend of the neighbor, maybe not so long. Anyway, so Eddie remembering Smooch and Lois while singing the song, but it's not like a, I remember you and I'm in love with you type of remember. So that's good.
It is good. It is good. I think we're going to have Ned back in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, Soap Opera Digest has already put a cover of Eddie, your Ned remembers out there.
Okay.
And since that's out there, we Wally Kurth did when we were interviewing him at Day of Days was like, yeah, because we talked to him about simultaneously being on both of these shows, and the question was, do you flub? Do you say the wrong name? What happens? And he goes, yeah, I mean, he said something along the lines of recently both shows had been like dressed differently, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm back in the suit because I got my memory back on the other show. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And so,
Yep.
you know, we didn't include that in the printed version, but he did say it. He
He did
did.
say
We
it.
were here
He
to
did
hear
say
it.
it. But since it wasn't out there,
We didn't
you
say anything about it.
we didn't say anything about it because we don't want to be spoilerific.
And even then, it's not up to us without permission.
Exactly.
So anyway. But the spoiler that I'm going to give you right now, Eddie Lewis, thumbs up, good job. Not a whole lot of great detail to speak about in podcast form on that. Just a thumbs up for the week. I enjoy where that's at, where that's going. I like Lois. I like her interactions with Leo. I like the math thing. I like the singing. I just like who she is.
I like her too.
And then she's also
I
like she's getting Tracy in line. She's like, just don't. And then Brooklyn's like, I
I
don't want that.
hope
Good stuff.
I hope she's going to be around for a minute.
I don't
I would
know. I
love for
mean, I
Lois to stick
know.
around.
So there was some stuff, I think, at least through mid-November. So she must be staying through at least Thanksgiving.
Well, I can't, like I said before, I cannot wait to have that that pizza Thanksgiving's going to be so wonderful this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I guess the number one thing that we really need to talk about is the fact that Charlotte's dead.
I don't think Charlotte's
Charlotte
going
is
to be
dead,
dead, but
murdered by Anna Devane, shot in the belly and done for.
you
That's
know
it for
who's going to
Charlotte.
feel so well? For one thing, Anna's going to feel very, very sorry and very surprised. That's who it is. But you know who's going to be eat up with guilt?
Valentin.
Valentin.
Oh God. Oh. You're gonna see him eating his emotions on screen. Because that's what he does. He does that. He does that chew. Like it's gonna be good to see.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be good.
It's going to be really good. And he's going to blame himself for this. And it is sort of his fault because he should have told Anna. If he should have told Anna, she wouldn't have necessarily been shooting at any old buddy.
Mm-hmm. 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 But he should have said, "Oh, by the way, this isn't some crazy murder from the WSB after you. By the way, this is just Charlotte acting out." He should have said so, but instead he wants to cover it up. Why? Why? Because that relationship between the two of them is toxic. Mm-hmm. They will go to no lengths. Or they will. There's no end to their lengths that they would go to protect one another in the ways that they see each other needing to be protected. Charlotte is acting over it. Oh, thank you very much, Melissa. Little super chat donation by Melissa. Join Melissa. A portion of the proceeds go to Toys for Tots this year, and we're being collecting that for a while, all the way up through Christmas. So, anyway, so according to Victor, Anna's no good. She's not what you don't trust her, but it. So Charlotte sees it as her responsibility to protect her and her father from Anna. And then on the other side, Valentin finds it his extreme responsibility to protect Charlotte from the extreme ramifications of her poor choices.
Yes.
Laura is covering for Charlotte too. Does Laura know that Charlotte lit the house on fire?
She knows that Valentin suspects her. Valentin went to go talk to Laura last week and told her.
It's a quick development. I don't know. Should she have run straight to Anna and said, Valentin thinks it's Charlotte? I don't know. I don't know what the right situation to do.
No, I don't think that she should have
proof, right?
Right away. But I think Valentin should have told Anna. They've talked about it a lot. Yes,
and he didn't. He just wanted to protect her.
Yeah, and he kind of sent Anna on a down a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
And away from Charlotte.
Yep, this is all Valentin's fault. The adults around Charlotte have completely mishandled the situation, says David. Yeah. And Kevin's the only person to be like, this kid's got problems.
Yeah.
She's already mastered the ability to present what adults want to see. To always present her best face to hide whatever darkness may lie beneath. Kevin.
Now, the person that should be able to figure her out and is Laura. Laura should be able to figure her out. She knows a lot about the Cassadines and what they're capable of doing.
Well, I think they're gonna figure it out pretty quick. I think they're gonna all figure it out by Tuesday.
I think they're gonna. Yep.
So, especially since Charlotte's dead, she has been killed by Anna. She is not going to survive the ordeal. This is it for Charlotte.
She's going to be in the hospital with her dad sitting next to her, crying into her, crying his head down.
Can you imagine the scenes between James Patrick Stewart and Finola Hughes if Charlotte were to die? Can you imagine the magic we would see?
Yes, we would.
It would be so good. Now, we can still get magic with her being severely injured.
Absolutely. We can get a lot of magic.
Oh, sure goodness. Can. Oh, goodness. They're all complicit, says Cheryl. They mentioned to, apparently, Nina knew as well. Valentin may have told Nina.
Well, Valentin and Nina found the footage.
Oh, well, there you go. That's right. Yes. Yeah. Well, they're just letting Valentin handle the situation, and Valentin didn't handle it fast enough.
No.
On top of that as well, what was Charlotte doing in there? Why was she in there? She drove Anna away.
Yeah, I don't know what she was planning on doing. She got caught pretty fast. Yeah. She wanted to look in that trunk, and I don't know why she's wanting to look at that. Unless
there's more to Victor's letter. There's more to Victor's letter than we've seen yet.
Yes.
Anna's got this, that, or the other thing. Get it and show it to Valentin. Yada, yada.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Cheryl says that. Oh, goodness. An Emmy for JPS. Maybe Lulu will feel her daughter is on death's door and springs out of her coma. Or we can just get, like, deathbed, in between life and death Charlotte with a scene with in between life and death Lulu. And as they hug, they both wake up.
Actually,
wouldn't that be beautiful?
That actually would be good. If Charlotte is in some kind of coma.
Mm-hmm.
Put her in the same care facility as her mom, in the same room. And just the talking, the speaking, the sound in that room is going to awaken Lulu, because she's going to have that. She want to have that huge desire to help her baby.
I need to have the ghost scene. I need to have the ghost scene. They're both wheeled in there, right? They have the ghostly, ethereal, standing on the clouds in the white scene, right? In limbo. Like, Mom, where am I? Charlotte, emotion. Things have been so bad since you've been gone. It's been so hard. Papa's been gone. Blah, blah, blah. I had to live with Dante. What? Dante's a great man. He's a good father. Drew left Scout with him. You should have been fine too. Anyway,
but Rocco's so horrible. They don't even let him celebrate the holidays.
Yeah, right. They just lock him in the closet. But they have that, and then what happens is however they do it, they both wake up at the same time, right? And then we see them in their coma beds side by side, and now they're holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Valentin or something is on the other side of the glass going or something, That's what they should do. It. Charlotte will wake up as Lulu. Okay, all right. Laura's catatonic for years. I think that's beautiful, and if they're not doing that, then they should start doing that.
Laura was catatonic for years.
But she didn't have a coma daughter wake up with her at the same time. Like, oh my, Fido, please watch this.
But they did have Lulu go visit her often, though.
Yeah. We've had Charlotte go visit Lulu. We know we're waking that up. We're reminding people who Lulu is and how she's connected and what's going on with her.
Absolutely.
I think there's room there, and that would be a really, really fun, juicy, soapy thing.
It would.
I like it. And
it would
people in the chat are not reacting.
And it would be a feeling good thing for Christmas too.
I don't know if it needs to be that soon, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Laura still is catatonic. This has all been a dream. Now that's a way to end the series.
Yeah, that's a way to take. Yeah, that's a way to send General Hospital off the air. I don't want that.
I
I'd
hope.
much rather see it streamed.
No, they didn't do this because they didn't have that sort of foresight back in the day when they were doing TV when GH was first started. But
Mhm.
it would be so awesome if they had filmed the last scene of General Hospital on the first day of filming General Hospital, where it's like John Bernardino writing in like a medical fantasy book, closing it, walking
Yeah.
off, you know?
P.S. Thank God she's again a pretty girl.
And then he picks up the phone. I'll be right there for our date. I don't remember who his lady was. Nurse Weber.
Well, that was before he was with Audrey, actually.
I'll be there for my date, Audrey. You're a pretty girl. I'm all for Lulu coming back, says Stephanie. Lulu needs her kids. Needs one of her kids, and all the shocks. Lulu will come back. It's too good of drama.
Oh, I
Shandra
want
wants Lucky to return.
if
See, here's the thing.
And if Lulu wakes up, I want her to have some fire underneath her. I don't want her to be like the Lulu that went to sleep.
I wonder if it's
I
worth
want her
one
to
day.
have a Spencer Edge. Yeah.
I wonder if it's worth one day for us to trim our own cast, because that's the thing. There's people, too many casts, too many characters, too many characters in GH, and I can't say that that's a wrong observation. I can't also say that it's a right observation as well, because I mean, it's the show that they're making. It's not on accident that it is the way that it is. But I wonder if it would just be a fun thought experiment for you and me one day to just pick like 10,
10 characters?
10 characters that are the characters.
And that's it.
But not necessarily, well, I mean, they're the ones that would be the ones that are doing the stories, and then everybody else, like say we don't pick Jane Elliott. She's still involved. She's just not on all the fucking time. Like every 6 months,
Yeah.
Jane Elliott's through. Like how Days does it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be fun. Oh, well, thank you very much, Rochelle, for your contribution to the super chat as well. We're going to donate a portion of those proceeds to Toys for Tots this holiday season. Oh, goodness. I'm looking forward to being able to collect, because what I plan on doing is, we're donating a portion of those proceeds, but if we are able to hit $50 on a particular episode of the 10th floor or of Days for Dummies, I'll go and I'll get an actual toy. It won't just be a cash donation. I'll go get a toy and I'll take a picture and I'll put it in the bin.
Yeah.
I'll use a portion of the $50 that hit the to immediately show you where that goes and not just collect it for a big check at the end. So, keep that in mind as well.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Now, I'm not saying that you have to give me, like, collectively.
Yes. I want to see Matthew put a Barbie doll in the Toys R Tots bin. That's
Barbie and a Ken,
Maybe.
Because I'm a Knuff.
Because you're a Knuff.
Goodness gracious. I want Nicholas back to team with Ava against Austin and Cyrus. Nicholas, I'm sure, will be a part of the campus again at some point, because he's not dead. He's making bank transactions. Somebody's buying Windermere. I don't think it's Nicholas, though.
I do.
You do?
I think it's Nicholas or Cyrus.
What if it's Alcazar?
Well, that would be fun. I like that. Surprise thing. I like that. But for the two that are for possible new owners of Spoon Island, I think it's either Nicholas buying his own crap back. Yeah. I think it's him buying his own house back.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's Crazy Cyrus, because Cyrus did not give away all his damn money. No way.
He seems to have given it to a cause that still helps him.
Yeah. I think he got a cause that, that supporting Cyrus.
Yeah. I donated to the charity of me. So, and Lori contributed as well. Thank you very much, Lori.
Well, thank you guys. That's awesome.
Yes, amazing and awesome. Awesome. The kids are going to love it, really. And I love it too. I love you. All of you. The donation section should be called Lila's Kids. I wish I could rename Super Chat to Lila's Kids. I would. I would do it for you,
Silas
Melissa.
Kids is the summer program the
It
kids go to,
is.
right?
It is. It is. Cyrus hid his money with Nicholas, is my theory. Interesting. Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
that is his uncle.
That is his uncle. I don't know. Because they could be all sorts of cahoots. Because Cyrus could be in cahoots with everybody. I
I
remember
sure
you
am
in your
looking
white
forward.
dress.
I really am looking forward to Laura and Cyrus being face to face again with him out of jail.
I really still enjoy the trio of Marty, Cyrus, and Laura.
Me too.
I still just think back to those scenes over the sick mama. just learning the history and going over just
Yep. It was so good.
2 daytime legends and a superior actor just eating up the screen there, and I absolutely love it. I
Yes.
know people have been critical of Marty over the last couple of weeks over being a little spineless with Michael, so to speak. But it is what it is. Sometimes you got to serve the story as it is, and Michael needed a way to find out that, and that's what they went with it.
Yep.
He sold his ponytail.
Sold his ponytail.
Oh,
well, I noticed that Jeff Kober hasn't gotten another haircut since he had that one on screen.
No, I think that his hair it looks nice.
It's starting to grow out. I wonder if he's going to be a shaggy dude, or is he gonna?
I think the new look suits him.
Back.
I think the new look suits him for sure. Jeff Kober's hair is amazing, says Lori. It's true. He can do no wrong. I've gotten used to the clean shaven face too.
Me too.
It did not take me long to accept the new look.
No.
Yeah. So we're good. We're good there. But yes, thank you everybody for your donations into Super Chat today.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you're not watching live, if you're watching this on a replay, if you're listening to the audio only, you can go to the YouTube and make the donation. There you can go to buymeacoffee.com/10th floor and make a contribution to the show there if you would like, and portion of those proceeds as well.
Yes.
And if you leave a little note and say this is based off of this episode, I'll consider it as part of the, toward the $50 for a physical toy that I can go out and get for the folks out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you desperately need to talk about when it comes to this week's GH Mama?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I
don't think so.
I think we did it.
I thought, I think next week is going to be awfully good.
I know. I'm really looking forward to what Finola's going to bring out.
Yes. Man, she's gonna. I saw in the previews that she does recognize it's Charlotte right there soon after she shoots her.
And Jake is hot on the heels.
Yes.
He's on the phone calling the ambulance or something. So it's going to be a good opportunity for Hudson West.
Yes.
If he can really nail it, then he can secure his job for the next couple of years.
Yeah, he sure could. Sure could.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to some reunions with his father when he does return.
If right?
If.
I mean, okay, foregone. I don't know if anything's a foregone conclusion. It never is in entertainment and daytime. We can just assume, it's just, it's been the theory of the show that once the COVID demands lifted, then the door would be open for Steve Burton to return if he wanted to and had the availability. So we'll see. We will certainly see. It's definitely, I would say, more likely than not. We just don't know for sure. It's not like he's been on set with a picture or anything.
We know that he didn't burn a bridge when he walked out of there.
That's the only thing that we know. Yep. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for joining us here on the 10th floor. AE says rest in peace Tyler and Matthew Perry. Sentiments as well. We talked a little bit about Tyler Christopher on the Days for Dummies podcast, which we had at 9 a.m. this morning. So if you want to click on that video when you're done here, if you're interested in some of the memories and things that we had to say about that particular tragedy, go check it out. And while you're at it, watch the Days podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to get on the elevator. Get back onto this elevator, folks. It's time for the day. All right? Get on the elevator. We're going to go back down to the first floor. We're going to go into the parking garage. Mason has been almost smothered to death. Cyrus is not going to target us because he's working his way through. Okay? He's very, very focused on Spencer stuff at this very moment in time.
He is.
He came out of jail and he's like, Spencer, not Spencer Cassadine, but Spencer's the family. That does include Spencer Cassadine. But very much on that side of the family is what he's focused on right now. I'm not a Spencer myself.
No.
No, I'm a Shannon.
You're Shannon?
I'm just gonna say I'm a Shannon. If there was a classic soap family, I figure it would be Shannon.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
then lead into, because the Shannon and the Lawless, right? That happened, okay? But then,
yeah, it
like,
did.
but those are the two prominent families in our soap, our family soap that we have, the Lawless, the Shannons. And so, the product of that union is
And I
me.
bet that Lawless family are bad people. They got
Nathaniel
some
Gray,
lawlessness in them.
oh my goodness, popping in at the very last second as I'm trying to sign off. Mason himself in the chat saying hello. Hi. How's it going?
Hey there.
Hey, how's it going? Hey. We're what we're doing is we're ducking, we're diving. We are avoiding Mason because we can, since he's in bed and can't get up.
That's right.
He waves.
Can't
There's a
get up.
lollipop emoji, and he says hello, everybody. Okay. Oh goodness gracious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna vamp while chat has the opportunity to have their moment to say hello.
Of course. Say
This
hi.
is an opportunity for them. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Yes.
Hello, Nathaniel. Hey, cuz. Lollipop licking cousin. Hey, Nathaniel. Also, if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, again, go to James Lott Jr., JLJ Media's YouTube channel and check out the interview that they did together that was released today.
Yep.
Good content, great insight. You can learn where the lollipop came from in the writer's room, I believe.
Yeah.
I think James said something about that. And if not, you can see the comment that he left in the video that has the answer to that as well.
Yes.
But Nathaniel, if you ever want to come chit chat on the 10th floor, send me an Instagram message. Let's work it out a little bit and see what we can do here.
Yep.
But yes, always popping up in the last expected. But anyway, this has gone on for long enough. I'm out of here. I'm getting out of here. We don't have to worry about Mason. He's in the bed. We're gonna get into our cards. We're gonna turn our radios to previous episodes of the 10th floor, in which you can find a vast majority of our previous library available on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. And if you cannot find us on your favorite podcasting platform, you can reach out to me on X, Twitter, all of that, or Instagram as well at 10th Floor GH. And you can ask, hey, where can I find you? And I'll point you in the right direction. We also have a link tree that Cheryl already mentioned and linked in the chat, so you can flip through that to find it, which points you into YouTube and the podcasts, into all kinds of the buy me a coffee. And I have to add the hi everybody. Nathaniel continues to say and I'm gonna add the Printify store that I created as well. So I've got a fun little Mar Devil shirt that's available. I've got a fun My Way or Ava's Way. It's a little bloody gargoyle on it. That's on there.
Yeah.
It's also a 10th floor mug as well. It's a Printify 10th dash floor .printify.me. I'm just gonna type it here. 10th. Because I can't.
That's a good idea.
Printify.me. So I can't boom. Anyway, I can't name it a www.10thfloor because I haven't bought a domain. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. So many people have jumped off of this thing already. Jolly Ranchers for me, watermelon, all that kind of stuff. Suckers for everybody. Lollipops all around, especially the grape ones. That's what we like the most. All right, folks. I've been back.
You know what they should have? Yes. You know what they should do? If Mason sticks around at all and has if Mason sticks around at all and like he has a love interest and he asks somebody to marry them, he should present them with a ring pop for an engagement ring.
Yes, Maxie. I just I couldn't resist. I just love you so much. I know that you always attract the criminal element, but
I was gonna say,
will you marry me? I'm with it. Mason Nina 2024 says similar. Anyway, go check all that stuff out. I'm getting out of here. Subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you were watching on the replay. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on